Okay, welcome back. So we're going to talk about the Evolution Weight Release Program from DesBio. And in that program, it includes a comprehensive detox. So I love the fact that this diet plan is including a comprehensive detox. And I really shouldn't call it a diet plan. It's really a weight release program. But this diet includes a detox. So what we're doing is we're going to detox the brain. That will help with any kind of brain fog. I actually take this almost all the time. We're going to detox the spine. A lot of things hide in your spine that we don't want to have in our bodies. It has matrix support. That's going to be like dusting between your neck shelves. So this is going to clean in around your organs. We're going to support the liver with detox, the kidneys to detox, and the lymphatic system. So there's enough detox in this kit to do about 6 weeks of detoxing. Some things you'll run out of sooner. The way this is set up, and this is how I do it. This is my weekend detox, and this is my weekday detox. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I'm using these 3 products. Monday through Thursday, I'm using these 3 products. So you'll run out of these sooner, most likely. At any rate, you start this a week prior to fasting, just to make sure that everything's flowing and things are able to exit your body. Because when you burn up a lot of fat, there's a lot of toxins in that fat. We want to make sure that stuff can leave your body and not redeposit somewhere else to cause you problems later. So the detox is amazing. I would start this a week before the fast and use it during the fast. When you get to the end of your fast, you have the option to stop this and start it again when you fast again, or you can just take it continually all the way through and then just be done. However you want to do that. The next product, you get 2 bottles of the hA2cg, which is your homeopathic version of hCG. I'm trying to find where is the sweet spot for this. Okay. All right. And so this is what you're going to use when you're fasting. So after you've done your detox kit for at least 1 full week, and you're not going to and if you're women and cycling, you need to be sure that you're taking this at the very end of your cycle, or right after you've had your cycle. So, because you don't want to take these drops while you're cycling. All right, so you take these drops. The first 2 days, they are not working yet. So you take these for 2 days and they don't do anything. So during those first 2 days, you want to fat load. Some programs require you to eat 5,000 calories a day. So eat a lot. What I did was ate pizza, donuts, Mexican, all that stuff that I was going to miss when I was fasting. So I did that the first 2 days. What this does is it gives your liver some quick storage of fat. So when you go into your fasting on the 3rd day, day 3 and 4, your body can access that fat in the liver for some energy so that you don't feel deprived and you don't feel hungry the first 2 days that you're fasting while your body gets adjusted to converting fat to fuel. So that's how we do that. And you're going to take these for 3 weeks. Now, at the end of your fast, you're going to discontinue these 2 days before you're done. So you're not going to take them the last 2 days, but you're still going to need to do the 500 calories because you want to make sure that your body knows that you just don't want to mess it up, because if you cheat during this time, it can be disastrous because you get pile on really fast because your body knows there's something wrong. And the whole thing is that it thinks you're pregnant and you have to, it's the preservation of the baby that's the most important thing. All right. So one thing about a lot of people gain weight when they're stressed. They're going to put weight on in weird places. For me, I carried a lot in my back, and I did gain weight when I was going through a really stressful period in my life, and it was very hard to get it off. So you're going to gain weight. What happens is whenever when you're under a lot of stress, your hypothalamus has to balance your stress response. It has to balance, and then if you overeat when you're stressed, your body's like, where am I going to, I have too many jobs. And so it just takes these extra calories and starts putting it in weird places. And that's your obese fat. For me, a lot of it was in the back of my spine and my back and love handles. And it was disgusting, and I didn't notice it because it was back here, it just crept up. But that's the same kind of fat too that is hard to lose. So when you do calorie restrictions, which most diets are, you lose fat from your structure. So you're going to lose a lot. You're going to get gaunt looking. Now, I just came off of 6 weeks of fasting, and I don't have that. I don't have saggy skin anywhere because this diet told my brain that I was pregnant, and it went to quick reserves. It's like, ooh, we've got that fat that we put back a couple years ago when we were really stressed out. And it pulled that fat out, and my body changed shape. And it was so phenomenal and made me feel so good because, you know, the places that I lost this fat made me look human again. I have this waist that I haven't had for 15 years. So, so the reason that we lose so stress is the reason that we gain the weight, because the hypothalamus is like, that's an organ in your brain. And it's like, okay, I can't handle any more jobs. I'm going to put this into these weird places, and it's going to be obese fat. We'll say we'll deal with it later. But, you know, your calorie restrictive diets aren't going to lose that fat. So this is the only thing I've ever found that actually gets rid of that weird displaced fat so quickly. So that is included in the plan. Also, a bottle of appetite drops. And these are to help with the emotional eating. So a lot of times we eat like in groups when we're having fun. It's like, ooh, we want to eat good food. We want to eat really rich food and good food because that gives us a dopamine response. And we're having fun with our friends, and we need that feel good stuff. And that's why we eat a lot of really rich foods and we're out with friends and partying and celebrating. And so if you have a problem with that, the appetite control is going to help you. Also, let's say you've had a really crappy day at work and you come home and all you want to do is eat a whole bag of chips or a whole box of ice cream. Appetite drops these are going to help you not get into that situation, because it's going to support your brain so that you don't feel like you need that response. And so I just took it 30 drops a day. Another thing I did want to say, some people need more than 30 drops a day of this. I took it needed 50 drops. And the way you know is if you're still hungry when you're on these, you need to take more, because you should not be hungry. Because even though you're only eating 500 calories, as this stuff breaks fat down, you get to use the minerals and nutrients that were stored in those fats as well. So between these two things, you're good, okay? There's one more product in the diet and the evolution kit called Crave Control. And Crave Control is going to be chromium to help your blood sugar, because we want your blood sugar to remain level. If it spikes and goes up and down, it's not good. That's why people get really hungry or hangry. And we're going to be eating foods that don't really cause blood sugar spikes, but this is going to help you. This is also going to help you. It's got white kidney bean extract. It's going to help you feel full, like get over the hunger pangs. And you can take as many of these as you need. I think that it recommends 3 per day, but you can take more if you need to. Green tea, leaf extract, rhodiola, glucomannan, hoodia. So there's different things in here that are supportive also for your weight. And that's pretty much what's in the kit. So you should have enough product to do 1 full round of fasting at 3 weeks. And then you take a 6-week break between round 1 and 2. And then you can do it again for 3 weeks. The next time if you want to do, then you should have enough product to do 2 full rounds. If not, you would maybe have to replace one thing. So it's minimally costs. There's minimal cost of doing another round. And then if you want to do a 3rd round, you will have to wait 8 weeks to do a 3rd round, because each time they get a little bit less effective. So you don't want to waste this period of time. This first 3 weeks that you're fasting, you want to be sure that you are prepared and committed. I also want you to look long-term. We want to look 1 year down the road, because for 1 year, your body will want to put that fat back on because it's unfamiliar. So for 1 whole year, your body's going, but we need that fat back. We're comfortable that way. We want it back. And we want your long-term success. You have to look out a whole year and say, for a year, I'm going to make healthy choices. For a year, I'm not going to fall off the wagon. You know, that special dessert, I can have a bite. After a year, I can have a whole bowl, but right now I'm going to be happy with a bite of somebody else's. Or instead of a whole piece of cheesecake, I'm just going to have one little bite and put the rest in the freezer. For a year, decide that you want to be healthy for the rest of your life, and you're going to use this year to create a new body, a body that's not addicted to anything, a body that is satisfied with the choices, a body that loves to exercise and move because it's lighter and it's easier to move around when you get some of the weight off your joints. So give me a year. Not saying that you have to use products for a year. I'm just saying that for a year, you need to be aware that it can be really easy to slip back into your old habits, and that's all it is habits. And we're just going to change that. Okay.